Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. A wide open Wednesday edition of the program. You know what that means, huh? Wide open Wednesday. You're the show producer. Whatever you'd like to discuss. Maybe a topic we haven't hit on enough. Maybe something that we haven't touched on at all. I was kidding about the show. I thought Three's Company was coming up next. It didn't Wide Open Wednesday. I thought 4 straight 30-minute episodes of Three's Company. Reruns from 35 years ago until 6 p.m. I was going to take the day off and go hang out by the lakefront. Like those cats. They still out there, those guys right by the curve, by West End, in the van and the chairs. They just sit out there and enjoy the day. It is a nice day. A little warmer, a little more humidity out there, but still very nice. Still very nice outside. Get outside and enjoy it. I guess it's coming in like a month or so, huh? That crappy daylight savings time gimmick. Because I don't like it getting dark right now at like 6:15, 6:30. I don't need that 5:15, 5:30 gimmick a-coming. Why don't we just drop the bomb on that 86 that thing already? I thought they were talking about that. Bunch of states already. I shouldn't say a bunch, a few states already overlook it. Why can't we? No, it is a nice day. Get outside before the sun drops out of the sky. And like I said, it is Wide Open Wednesday. Rouse's Markets phone number for you to participate, 504-766-9480, 504-766-9480. Producing tomorrow's radio programs today. It's funny, we'll have some topics and it might get picked up the next day, the next week, maybe not at all. But a lot of the time, the topics we're talking about, the exact angles, opinions picked up by the amateurs, the lightweights down the dial. Yeah, it's Real Talk Radio, finally. We don't dumb down the audience. We're not contributing to New Orleans and Louisiana's demise. We're not part of the problem. We're part of the solution. Every day, telling it like it is. 4 to 6 o'clock, 2 big hours on the radio. And thanks for finding us, by the way. Oh So Fine 93.9. Oh So Fine 93.9 FM. We're on New Orleans' own 107.9 FM. 107.9 FM. 600 AM from Baton Rouge through the North Shore, southern Mississippi, southern Alabama to the Panhandle of Florida. 600 AM. Capital City to Pensacola. We're on TV till 5:30, 2 hours on the radio, 90 minutes of fun on the television set. If you have Cox TV in Louisiana, Cox Channel 4 weekdays at 4. If you have Spectrum Channel 333 would be the place. Spectrum Charter Television subscribers, Spectrum Channel 333, 4 p.m. to 5:30. Live streaming, CoreyTalks.com. Hey, we're on YouTube. Picked that up a few months ago. Go to our YouTube channel. Click to subscribe. It's free. Send the link to some other pals. Have them click to subscribe. Trying to grow the YouTube channel. Listen, watch. Check it out live. Check out yesterday's program, last week, last month's. It's all there via the podcast. YouTube, Anchor, iTunes, Spotify. I'm tired. See y'all tomorrow. Good night, everyone. No, we do have a good one lined up on this Wednesday. Wide Open Wednesday. Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. 766-9480. 4 o'clock hour, by the way, brought to you by Young's Dry Cleaning. You like your dry cleaner? I guess stick with them. You want to experience the best, or if you're just looking for a dry cleaner, maybe you're new to these parts or have a new gig that requires dry cleaning. YoungsDryCleaning.com. That's all you need to know. YoungsDryCleaning.com. 4 o'clock hour. Brought to you by Young's. Deputy Constable, 53-year-old Warren Smith, a deputy constable, and a property manager. trying to evict someone out of a $219 a month apartment. About $2,000 behind in rent, about 9-10 months behind in rent. I guess that person did want to get evicted. Apparently started shooting, or someone started shooting. Warren Smith, a former NOPD officer, now a deputy constable, shot in the shoulder. The property manager, just 36-year-old, shot in the chest. Now, both are in stable condition, shutting down the interstate to get them to the hospital quickly. Absolute insanity over a $219 a month apartment. Now, everything's relative. That's your house. Could be $219 apartment. It could be your mortgage is $40,000 a month for your $6 million home, whatever. It's all relative. That's someone's house, and they're getting thrown out. I'm not saying they're right. They're 10 months behind in rent. I can't figure it out. Love to know the story. We'll find out the story, but just I was talking to a friend of mine. Man, they're coming to evict me. I'm going to shoot the person. Everything will be okay for me tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, and I'll stay at this place, right? I mean, simple kindergarten repercussions to that kind of action. Who's the constable? I mean, I was at my dentist, and I was talking to her. I was like, do people get mad? She's like, yeah, some people are mad at me when they come in. I'm like, you're saving their rear end. You're fixing their problem. You didn't cause their teeth to have problems. It's unbelievable. Folks come in with a bad attitude towards the dentist. Constables coming to your door because you haven't paid rent in 10 months. Just the reaction of folks with no thinking at all. I don't know. I mean, I guess when you're not paying rent for 10 months, there's a lot of no thinking going on. Speaking of no thinking, the sheriff, my God, can the sheriff hire somebody, and these are all, high-end people in her administration, can she hire someone that doesn't have baggage, communications director, a disbarred attorney, can't practice law right now. That's good enough for me. You can be communications director. By the way, your mom, we're going to hire her because she helped me during my campaign. I have no idea what she's doing. No one does, but she makes $155,000 a year. You remember the guy who was running the Juvenile Justice Center and never showed up for work and was about to get fired? A termination letter was coming from the mayor, but he beat her to the punch and resigned. We're hiring him. It's just mind-blowing. Kristen Morales is the sheriff's number 2. No sheriff experience. Kristen Morales was fired from the IG's office for theft, and really worse than the theft. The theft was almost sort of petty and ridiculous. That makes it terrible. Boy, you're going to steal that and then to cover it up. But Kristen Morales was fired as an IG employee for theft. The sheriff hires her as her number 2. Kristen Morales appealed that firing to the Civil Service Commission. You know how many folks, like in history, where the Civil Service Commission's backed up the firing? It's so rare. I mean, you could almost commit a murder and still keep your job in New Orleans with the Civil Service Commission. It's a joke. They agreed with the firing. They thought it was justified. So then Kristen Morales isn't finished. She appeals it to the Louisiana Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals. And they agree that the firing was justified. That's the sheriff's number 2, who couldn't go to court and testify because she's not believable. She's corrupted. Her reputation's tainted, yet she's the sheriff's number 2. Susan Hutson, man. I mean, transparency, reform, open, everything. Just everything. She ran on the exact opposite. Ridiculously political. Hiring pals and friends and paying them for doing nothing. And by the way, Kristen Morales, at one point, the sheriff and Kristen Morales were roommates. They were living together as roommates. Hey, you split the bills. Here's half the rent. I don't know what the arrangement was, but isn't that a conflict of interest? Going to hire my roommate as number 2? Just a slight conflict. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday. Rouse's Markets phone lines 766-9480. 766-9480. Oh boy, there goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. Jeff Landry, state attorney general, made it official. He's running for governor. Jeff Landry. Yeah, that guy. My goodness. Typical Louisiana. Can't we do better than that? Jeff Landry running for governor. Can't we do better than that, Louisiana? Seriously.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, now with 4 area locations. Canal at Carrollton, on the North Shore in Slidell, in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana, and now in Metairie, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. The Woodhouse Day Spa.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anyway. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City. Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
For home surveillance, it's Tommy's Lock and Alarms. With high-definition night vision surveillance systems, letting you see what's going on. Home surveillance that's smart, safe, secure. Tommy's Lock and Alarms. Google them.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spots. NolaAC.com, your cool spots.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about fresh local fish like flounder, snapper, and speckled trout, fried, broiled, or grilled. Fury's restaurant in Metairie. Yeah, you, right. Corey Johnson back at you on a wide open Wednesday where you're the show producer. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. If you're listening on the radio, watching on TV, watching on YouTube, we'd love to hear from you on this wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Hey, I got a couple of $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates out there. 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse Day Spa. 4 area locations, a 5th coming online soon. The Mandeville location coming your way. Mandeville will join the other North Shore location, I-10 at Gauze in Slidell, the Baton Rouge location by the Mall of Louisiana, and 2 South Shore locations, Metairie near North Kenner, Transcontinental, West Esplanade, and the flagship in Mid-City, New Orleans, convenient to so many folks, Canal Street at Carrollton in Mid-City. The Woodhouse Day Spa really is the premier day spa experience. Luxury, like a private club, open to the public. Everyone's welcome. Find out more, nola.woodhousespas.com. Pre-Katrina, like 20 years ago, roughly, 21, 22 years ago, the Saints were floating the idea of a new stadium, leaving the dome and building a new stadium. It was the trend around the NFL, big time, gaining momentum. Build the stadium or we'll leave. 3 sites were basically mentioned. 3 sites for a new Saints stadium. Name 2 of the 3 sites. Name 2 of the 3 very publicized sites. I remember one of the 3, Buddy D was jumping on board. I had to pull Buddy D aside and say, Buddy, that's crazy. And a little bit of Buddy was going, yeah, Corey, you're probably right. And a little bit of Buddy was like, hey, young whippersnapper, what the hell do you know? This is kind of my forte. Pre-Katrina. I'm sorry, I'm saying pre-Katrina. Yeah, no, that's right. Pre-Katrina, the Saints' new stadium idea was floated. Give me 2 of the 3 locations. Post-Katrina, immediately following Katrina, which local sports entity was the Mississippi Gulf Coast looking to lure over? What local sports entity was the Mississippi Gulf Coast looking to lure over? Oh, wow, that thing's wrecked. Bring it over here. We'll do it here. There was a lot of talk, I remember, Mississippi. Few things, 2, 3, 4 big ideas. None of them really happened, but they were talking about it in southern Mississippi. And a lot of their ideas did happen. I remember $600 million in federal money. They poured it into the port of Gulfport. So the port of Gulfport could compete. And they're like, investing in the port, we're going to get a lot of money back. That $600 million turns into billions, turns into lots of jobs for our people. I think that worked out pretty well, actually. Greg in Covington emailing us, Corey at CoreyTalks.com. Corey spelled Kaare. Corey at CoreyTalks.com. The Zephyrs baseball franchise now in Wichita, I think. Wichita. That is incorrect. Greg in Covington. Good try, though. 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse Day Spa can be yours. Southern Mississippi, post-Katrina, was trying to lure this sports entity from New Orleans because of damage to Southern Mississippi. Give me the answer to that. 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse is yours. And pre-Katrina, the Saints were floating a new stadium idea, 3 different site locations. Name 2 of the 3. Hey, by the way, no DuckDuckGo, no Bing, no Yahoo, no Google, none of that. No intranet device, no search engines. You either know the answer or you don't. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. Kristen Morales, the sheriff's number 2, who was fired as an IG employee for theft and worse, covering it up, appealed that ruling to the Civil Service Commission. Rarely do they rule against employees. They ruled against her, agreed with the firing, justified. Kristen Morales, the sheriff's number 2, appeals that ruling to the Louisiana Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, They today ruled that the firing was justified, agreed with the firing. This is the sheriff's number 2, who at one time, maybe still, shared an apartment with the sheriff. I mean, like a pal. Slight conflict, huh? Sheriff hires a disbarred attorney. Why would you hire the disbarred attorney? Trouble in their field. Hey, I'll bring you on for a 6-figure gig as communications director. What? And by the way, your mother's going to make $155. That's right, $155,000 a year doing nothing. The former juvenile justice center director who had a termination letter from Mayor LaToya Cantrell coming his way, resigns before the letter can come. Hey, go to the sheriff. They'll hire you. If you're a failure or worse, got fired for cause, there was a reason for your termination, Susan Hutson wants you at the sheriff's department. No experience, no problem. Susan Hutson wants you at the sheriff's department. Holy smokes. Outrageous. Oh, boy. Surrounded by the extremes. In New Orleans, it's all hyper left, woke, super progressive. Conservatives like a bad word, and evil. A Republican's a bad thing in New Orleans. Bad. Bad for New Orleans, bad for black people. All this just insane, illogical nonsense. You think that lack of governmental diversity as far as political party or ideology has something to do with New Orleans' failure decade in, decade out? Am I some Democrat-run cities are terrible, you got to get Republicans in there? Am I one of those people? Of course not. Too many examples of Republican failure with cities and states. But in New Orleans, you need some conservative and Republican viewpoints because you're getting not even moderate blue dog Democrat viewpoints. It's insane. And then Louisiana, pretty much equal and opposite. Not Republican or conservative, but extremist, wacky right, hardcore, over the top. The best the Republican Party can do, the best the state of Louisiana can do. I don't blame the Republican Party fully on this. It's an open primary. Any Republican can get that nomination. Jeff Landry, the AG. Jeff Landry, the guy who disowned one brother because he's gay. Jeff Landry, the guy who gets with another brother who's like an insurance agent, and they have a staffing agency out of Lake Charles that supplies workers to the consolidated natural gas industry. And do they hire Louisiana workers? No, he imports workers from Mexico. Don't have to pay him as much, less benefits, work them harder, all of that. Don't have the protections, make more profit. Greedy. Shouldn't have the staffing agency to begin with. Harvey Marine on that board makes $1,000 a week doing nothing, doesn't go sit at a board meeting, doesn't make a ruling or a vote, does nothing, makes $1,000 a week, still does. You know, Jeff Landry's all about Jeff Landry. Jeff Landry is a little, like as Buddy D would say, a squirrel. Pathetic. Fully agenda driven, impossible, no way, no how, has the qualifications to be governor, has the leadership skills to be governor, has any kind of idea or plan on which direction to bring the state, has no clue. He's just a hardcore, extreme Republican, no different from the mayor of New Orleans, who they're the exact same. When the facts are with you, you argue the facts. When the law is with you, you argue the law. When neither's with you, you pound the table. Both pound the table all the time. They are the exact same. Jeff Landry and LaToya Cantrell should get married. Seriously. They'd be like your boy, space alien guy, Carville and Mary Matlin, the liberal and the conservative married. That's all it would be, because their ideologies are different, but their game plan is exactly the same. Pound the table, because the facts and the law aren't with them. Jeff Landry might be weaker than LaToya Cantrell. I'm dead serious. He's absolutely pathetic, and he's running for governor of Louisiana. Wow. I made a promise that I'll keep. I don't know how this promise could ever be changed. I said if LaToya Cantrell wins a second term as mayor and the state elects Jeff Landry as governor, I will close down this radio and TV show, pack up my bags, and leave New Orleans and Louisiana and move to another city and state and do it there. Just like that, because that just yells. I mean, LaToya Cantrell's second term was bad enough. Look at the recall. There's a reason for that. Silly New Orleans voters wanting to believe they vote her in for a second term. Pathetic. Now you've got that same problem with Louisiana voters. Who knows? It's probably a long shot. But Jeff Landry could be governor of Louisiana. Probably not that long of a long shot. No, and that just yells to me, Corey, 40, 50 years now, bro. Time to beeline out of Dodge. This broken state will never change. It likes being broken. It likes losing. It likes defeat. It's not for winners. Time for you to beeline out of Dodge. Jeff Landry. Geesh.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Tommy's Lock and Alarms is now hiring service and installation technicians. Great benefits, great pay, take-home vehicle. Apply today. Tommy'sLockandAlarms.com.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Kanye West was seen shopping at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google.
Okay, I think Kanye was talking about something else entirely. Super Discount Store on Paris Road in Chalmette.
Enjoy outdoor dining on the streetcar line, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, the finest in Middle Eastern cuisine, Carrollton at Jeanette, Lebanon's Cafe.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
Yeah, you right. Let's funk it up. Corey Johnson with you, Wide Open Wednesday. Rouse's Markets phone lines are open, 766-9480. 504-766-9480. 766-9480. Well, I got a few Rouse's questions, some holdovers from the past. What brought LaToya the Destroyer Cantrell to New Orleans? Give me the answer to that. I got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you. Hey, which Pontalba building is city-owned? Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. There are two Pontalba apartments, one on each side of Jackson Square. Who owns the other one? Which one's city-owned? That's one question. Second question, who owns the other one? Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. And today's questions, pre-Katrina, the Saints were talking, floating the idea of a new stadium. Name two of the three locations they were considering. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. Thanks for finding us on the radio. Thanks for finding us on TV. Thanks for finding us on YouTube. We do it every weekday afternoon. That's Monday through Friday, 4 to 6 o'clock. Yeah, you right. Deputy constable and a property manager shot while trying to evict someone out of an apartment in the East. Kristen Morales, the sheriff's number 2, who was fired as an IG employee, keeps appealing the firing and keeps losing. The latest loss, Louisiana's 4th Circuit Court of Appeals. Does Susan Hutson have a single employee she's hired, a significant higher up that doesn't have baggage or is being investigated or maybe committed a crime? Or everyone you hire, you have to say, hey, there are two sides to every story. How about, no, this person's great, unequivocally and beloved and is great. Yep, there goes the neighborhood. Super duper lightweight. Cut out of the LaToya Cantrell mold. I mean, LaToya Cantrell's not stupid. Like, oh, she's stupid. No, she's not. She's just not super intelligent. She's just, as I say, painfully average. I think Jeff Landry's like painfully below average. They're really like the same, huh? Aaron Judge hits his 62nd homer. I think that's the Major League Baseball record, right? Not just the American League. Let's hit the phone lines. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. To Harvey, the best bank. Henry joins us in Harvey, or is it Harvey joining us in Henry, Louisiana?
No, Henry joining you.
From Harvey, the best bank.
Yes,
Harvey,
I have the answer.
Hey, Henry, Henry, can the sheriff hire anyone that doesn't have baggage? Can she just hire someone that's qualified and doesn't have baggage?
Well, so far it's not looking too good. You know?
Sheesh.
So.
What about the mayor? Lots of baggage with her too, huh?
Yeah, well, Knew that was coming, man.
Henry, is this a white plight against black females?
No.
Thank you,
It's
Henry.
not.
Thank you, Henry.
It's just a bad program.
Yeah, that is a bad program, and hopefully we can change the channel.
Right.
What else is on your mind from Harvey, the best bank, through that tunnel?
I'm calling about the answer why Mayor Cantrell came down here.
Yeah, why'd she come to New Orleans? You think you know the answer, Henry?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Look.
I'm skeptical.
She went to Xavier to go to college. She went to Xavier.
Xavier? The mayor went to Xavier?
Yeah.
Yep. You are correct.
Yeah, you right. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have
Henry is correct in Harvey. Yep, she went to Xavier. Got a degree. Yep. Good. I like that. I wish we had more people that came to New Orleans for school and stuck around like the mayor. I just wish they were more competent people. Henry, awesome. Good job.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Hey, don't go anywhere, all right? That's Henry in Harvey, or was that Harvey and Henry? Jason, a.k.a. the Raging Cajun, a.k.a. the Man in Black. It's going to get some info from you, Henry. Tighten you up with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. Eunice, what a great name. Eunice joins us in Slidell, or is it Slidell in Eunice, Louisiana? That one almost applies. How you doing, Eunice?
Good. How are you?
Great. What a good name. Not too many Eunices out there, huh?
Well, I appreciate that sentiment. Always have to spell it. They always want to spell it UNIS or something like that. So thank you.
What's the nickname? Do you have a nickname?
When I was younger, it used to be Uni.
Uni?
That's cool. Uni.
That's cool.
I had it engraved on my bowling ball at the time, So
my mom's Frida. Those are just kind of old school names. I don't think they're utilized too much anymore, huh?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, are their daughters being born? Their name's Barbara, Frida, Eunice. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I like those old school names. Anyway, what's on your mind, Eunice?
Well, I thought I had the answer for LaToya, which was kind of I was really I was going to joke around about this, but I have an answer. I think I have an answer for the other question you had.
What was your joking around answer for LaToya?
Well, I was going to say Walter Isaacson because she was a graduate of the Aspen Institute, and he was president of that organization at one time. So I kind of thought that might have been why.
Yeah, no, I think that you're putting the cart in front of the horse. Had to be mayor to go to the Aspen Institute.
No, you should look it up.
Oh, really? It's the other way around? Wait, what? She was like a council person?
Well, she was there, and she was in some fellows program in 2013.
Wow.
Yeah,
I love. Don't you? I love the LinkedIn and stuff, and you go on someone's page, and it'll show like where they went to school, and then it'll have like Harvard so-and-so program. I'm like, the thing you went to on a Friday and left on Sunday, that seminar for 2 days. Did you put that on your resume just now?
Well, it's like, I actually dug around a little bit last week or a week before, just looking because I remember hearing something about her affiliated with the Aspen Institute. And, I don't know anything about that group. I just recently heard they're a globalist group. I really don't know. I just know that.
Eunice, it's a bunch of liberals backed by Soros. They're trying to take over the world, New World Order.
No, listen.
Illuminati.
If she's like as incompetent as she appears to be, then I don't think that speaks too well of that group.
Well, no, I mean, that doesn't necessarily. I don't think that's deductive reasoning at its best, Eunice. Hey, the mayor was having dinner at Commander's. That doesn't speak too well of that restaurant, Come on.
No, that's right. That's right.
Come on, Swoboda. Anyway, hey Eunice, what's your other answer? You said you have an answer to another question, maybe.
I think it was, you said one of two places for the Saints after Katrina.
Well, give me two of the three potential stadium locations. A new stadium. Well, yeah. Where were the Saints going to go after Katrina?
Well, I only have one, and that was I thought it was San Antonio.
No, that's you're right. That's what Tom Benson was pushing. Arnie Filko lost his job. I think they were in like the basement of like the San Antonio power plant or power company or something. Seriously, having a roundtable meeting, and Benson was pushing that idea. And Arnie Filko was like, man, we need you more than ever. And that got the ball rolling. And then Paul Tagliabue and Roger Goodell made sure the Saints didn't go nowhere near San Antonio. So not really what I was asking, but I like the name Eunice. So hang on, Eunice. We're going to tighten you up with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate.
Well, thank you very much, Corey.
My pleasure. You can hit the Slidell location, I-10 at Gauze. All right, hang on, Eunice. Gail is in St. Gabriel, Louisiana. Uh-oh, Gail. They call that Cancer Alley, don't they?
Indeed, they do. And indeed it is. Sorry to tell you that, Corey.
No, I've seen the gypsum pile, on I've seen that. We actually rode our mountain bikes on that gypsum pile. I think they should get a snow machine and make that a little ski mountain during the winter.
I hear you. I'm down with it.
That thing's got to be like at the peak. I think it's about 10, 12 stories tall at the peak. It's got to be 100 feet.
Indeed it is, sir.
I just hope the little levee doesn't bust out and you get all that runoff. It's not like toxic, but it'll wreck a waterway, take the oxygen out of a pond or lake and kill everything in it.
You're down with it. You got it.
I'm
as
down.
usual.
I'm down.
You've done your homework. But you know what? I'm out of the game because Henry from Harvey.
I think it was Harvey from Henry, Louisiana, but go on.
Whatever. I'm out because I was going to answer that question.
Well, Gail, haven't you won in the last 6 months?
I'm guilty.
Yes. So you're probably out. And guess what? In 15 seconds, that 48 after the hour train's coming down the tracks. I'm going to have to brake. You might be out in like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gail, thanks for calling from St. Gabriel. The brake train's coming. I got to go.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
Rouse's Markets means convenience. Every one of our 65 locations opens at 7 a.m., some at 6:30, and they're open until 10 p.m., with some staying open till 11 or even midnight. Convenience. Rouse's Markets. Tastes like home.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
If you love Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City, you're going to love Bienvenue in Harahan. The same folks bringing a little of that New Orleans flavor to Hickory Avenue. If you love Katie's, come to Bienvenue on Hickory Avenue in Harahan.
Have a painting project but can't decide on the perfect color? At Helm Paint and Decorating, we offer half-pint paint samples in any Benjamin Moore color for under $5, so you can test potential paint colors before investing in a full gallon.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Recently, Kim Kardashian was seen at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
Let's party.
Can you think of any other celebrities that won't sue us? Super Discount Store in Chalmette. The lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. 3235 Paris Road.
Yeah, you right. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Corey Johnson with you. A little warmer today. A little more humidity, but still pretty nice. And tonight's going to be nice. Dog walking time for me as it gets dusky. Oh, Blue Boy, man, he gets his dinner and then he starts barking. He wants outside. And then I got the hyperactive Tolly, the Australian Shepherd. So we are a-rolling. Got a good one lined up for you on a wide open Wednesday where you're the show producer. Anything you'd like to discuss, it's wide open. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. Hey, I got a few $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates available. Pontalba building, the one that the mayor was apparently abusing the privilege, the perk of, being able to use it, official mayor business, city business, or abusing it by living there, not using it, living there. Major difference. Which Pontalba building of the two does the city own? And what entity owns the other Pontalba building? The city only owns one. Who owns the other Pontalba building? Two separate questions. Which one is the city owned? And which one, and the other one, who owns that? Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 4 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Coming soon, a 5th location in Mandeville. Pre-Katrina, the Saints were floating a new stadium idea, leaving the dome and moving into a new stadium, maybe open air or retractable roof. There were 3 locations being pushed by your New Orleans Saints. Name 2 of the 3 locations for a new Saints football stadium. Give me the answer to that, and I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at the Woodhouse Day Spa. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480. In the there goes the neighborhood category, doesn't really get much worse than this. State AG Jeff Landry making it official. He's running for governor. Who likes Jeff Landry? Man, I like that Jeff Landry. I like what he stands for. I like what he's about. Come on. Jeez and Pete's just obnoxious. Entitlement mentality, just like the mayor. Worse than the mayor. Has his brother. They set up basically a staffing agency supplying jobs to the consolidated natural gas industry. If that wasn't bad enough, they're not hiring Louisiana workers. They're so full of it, and they're just hypocrites. This American flag, America, Louisiana, the worker, I'm for you. They import workers from Mexico. That's a fact, because they make larger profits because they're greedy. I told you about Harvey Marine. He's on that board, makes $1,000 a week. Jeff Landry makes $1,000 a week doing nothing. Doesn't go to board meetings, doesn't sit on the board, doesn't vote, doesn't do a thing. He's just on it by name only. And he makes $1,000 a week. It's just immoral, unethical, no integrity, no self-pride, not civic-minded. Running for AG so he can be governor. Governor, he's going to run for something else. Just all about Jeff Landry enriching himself and his friends. And Jeff Landry's not a sharp tool in anyone's shed. Jeff Landry's more of a dolt than a sharp tool. More of a dolt. And only in Louisiana could he be a pseudo-viable candidate for governor. I just hope the homophobia, alienating his own brother who's gay, all this stuff, it all comes out and Jeff Landry's just campaign crashes and burns quickly. I mean, you want a Republican? Go put Billy Nungesser in. Like, dislike, whatever. I mean, Nungesser's like a viable candidate at least. Like him or not, you can not like him, but at least he's real. Jeff Landry's not even real. There's no chance it can help the state. It's impossible. It's a joker. He's a goofball. Typical Louisiana. Just extremists, man. Surrounded by it. LaToya the Destroyer in the city and Jeff Landry is governor? I mean, my God. Rename the state Titanic. Greg joins us in Uptown New Orleans. What's up, Greg?
How you doing, Gordon?
How are you, man?
All right. I called and answered that question about the Saints. I think I got the answer about the stadium.
All right. You remember they were floating 3 locations back, I don't know, this is like 20, 22 years ago, maybe 2000, 01, 02. Name 2 or 3 of those locations they were talking about building an outdoor Saints brand new stadium.
I want to say they wanted to build it in the Alphaville project and next to the convention center on the river.
Do you remember the 3rd location, Greg?
No, I don't.
It was Buddy D's favorite location. Like Buddy D was jumping on this bandwagon, had to pull Buddy D back and be like, Buddy, this is crazy. It's insane. No. And then he sort of backed down after a week or 2. Greg, by the way, Greg in Uptown, you are correct.
Yeah, you right.
Ding, ding, ding.
Talking about, this is pre-Katrina.
Johnny?
There were no plans to get rid of the Iberville. They were talking about tearing down the Iberville and building the stadium there. They were talking about a riverfront stadium right next to the convention center. And the 3rd location, Greg, was on the Mississippi Gulf Coast by Stennis, right over the Pearl River Bridge by NASA over in Mississippi. You remember?
I didn't remember that one.
Yep. And Buddy was all over it. I was like, no, Buddy, no. Anyway, excellent work, Greg. Got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you. Hang on, all right? That's Greg in Uptown. Going to get some info from you and tighten you up, Greg. Somebody in Greg's life, wife, girlfriend, mother, sister, daughter, maybe Greg. Heading to the Woodhouse Day Spa, 4 locations. Hey, besides the Saints, Mississippi post-Katrina wanted another sports entity from New Orleans. I'll throw that trivia question out there for the 5 o'clock power hour. Coming your way next on a Wide Open Wednesday. What's that, Blue Boy? Remind folks that Latrim is hiring. East Bankers, West Bankers, Latrim's hiring at their Elmwood facility. North Shore folks, Latram's hiring at their Hammond facility. A culture of innovation. For a full listing of positions available, Latram.com. Latram spelled Laitram, Latram.com. Blue Boy says 93.9 FM, 107.9 FM, New Orleans.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Where can you find shish kebab in New Orleans? Lamb, beef, chicken, shrimp, plus all your other Mediterranean favorites. Lebanon's Cafe on the streetcar line. Lunch, dinner, and shish kebab. Lebanon's Cafe.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
For home surveillance, it's Tommy's Lock and Alarm. With smart home technology, control lights, locks, cameras, thermostat, and your alarm, all from your phone or laptop. Smart, safe, secure. Tommy's Lock and Alarms. Google them.
When you think of Fury's Restaurant in Metairie, you think about their daily lunch specials like red beans and rice, black-eyed peas, white butter beans, liver and onions. Daily lunch specials. Fury's Restaurant in Metairie.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latram family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latram company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latram.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
That's right. The red Ferrari, the helicopter, the mansion, the money. It's Magnum PI. Where's Drew Brees when you need him? Yeah, you right, Crescent City. I'm Tom Selleck. You know, reverse mortgage might be the right thing for you. Plus, we get to steal your home when you die. I trust these people. You should too. I'm Tom Selleck. By the way, Jason, I really think you need to invest in Car Shield, dude. Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters said it's really a good thing. Okay? Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters. You remember? The black guy in Ghostbusters, Ernie Hudson? That guy. He said Car Shield is smart. So did Ice-T. And Ice-T had on some big old rapper. Huge, heavy dude. The father of rap. Guy's like 70. He said you should get Car Shield. All right. That's today's program, everyone. You get those 2 items and your life is set. I love Car Shield. Mechanic told me, you could cost $5,000 to put that new engine. I said, oh, no, I got Car Shield. Oh, boy. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday. Yeah, you right. I believe the Ghostbusters, dude. That's why I'm getting Car Shield. This hour brought to you by Car Shield. No, it's not. It's not at all. I don't really know too much about Car Shield, but I'm assuming it's probably not worth it. I think self-insurance would probably be better. That requires a lot of discipline. But whatever Car Shield wants, I think if you stuck that in a piggy bank, you'd probably be better off. Anyway, thanks for joining us on a wide open Wednesday. Corey Johnson with you, busting on Car Shield, and Ernie Hudson, the Ghostbusters guy. Well, a couple of weeks ago, it was the man-made diamonds. That's such a trip. There's a jewelry store out there where basically they're like, you can pick a 2-carat diamond, a real one or a man-made one. It's your choice. And the man-made diamond is clear and of higher quality, not higher quality, higher clarity. It's rated higher than the real diamond, the natural diamond. Now you can go, Corey, a man-made diamond is a real diamond. It is. It's not a fake diamond. It's not real. It's a real diamond. It's man-made. It's 3 weeks old. The natural diamond's 1 billion years old. 1 billion with a B. 1 billion years old. So I don't know. You can get the real Louis Vuitton bag, or you can get the fake bag. You can get the real Rolex, or you can get the fake Rolex. It's up to you. It's up to you. Everybody, different strokes for different folks. That's why the fake products exist. But me, first off, diamonds as an investment, unless it's millions of dollars in some special situation, and no one's really investing in diamonds is like to cash out in the future. And that's the natural $1 billion ones. But the man-made ones, all they do is go down in value. And the more man-made diamonds are made, which is only happening more and more people are getting into it, the lesser value. They're almost going to be absolutely worthless in the future. So no, my advice to you when buying a diamond is get a real diamond, the one that's 1 billion years old, pay the premium for it, get a smaller stone. I'd rather smaller and authentic than bigger and 3 weeks old man-made. I'd rather the Louis Vuitton purse for $3,000 than the fake one for $300 all day, every day, or I'm not going to buy it. And maybe that's why I don't have a Louis Vuitton purse or wallet or whatever. And yeah, no bueno on Car Shield. Waste no money. I was hearing a guy today on the radio. The first 4 letters in pain are pain. Yeah, and the last 4 ain't. Like, it ain't worth going with this coating because it's not revolutionary. It's not state of the art. When a commercial says more affordable than you think, it means it's ridiculously overpriced. Do you want to get ripped off? You want to get screwed around? Go with one of those coating companies when you're painting your house. You want to go with the pros? Helm Paint and Decorating. New Orleanians that know go with Helm. Yeah, it's not a revolutionary product. No human being on planet Earth paints their home every year. I mean, mediocre to bad paint lasts a pretty good time nowadays. Paint technology's through the roof. And Helm Paint and Decorating, though, they don't sell any mediocre paint. They sell Benjamin Moore paint, highest quality paint available. The inventors of color paint. They've got a few lines of Benjamin Moore paint with a lifetime warranty. You'll never paint again. They got a few more lines of Benjamin Moore paint with a 25-year warranty. You'll literally never paint again with that. Or you can get ripped off and used an elastomeric product, this super thick rubberized paint. It's paint. It's elastomeric paint. They call it a coating. They give it a cartoon name. They say it's revolutionary. You'll never paint your house again, blah, 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 blah. You want to know the truth? Those companies with the so-called coatings are the world's most expensive home painting companies. That's what they are. They're home painting companies that came up with a gimmick, this coating, this cartoon name, and they're there to rip you off. You want to paint your house once, never paint it again for pennies on the dollar compared to the coating companies? Helm Paint and Decorating. New Orleanians that know. Helm Paint and Decorating. Don't go with the cartoon company. And don't believe everybody you hear on the radio or television. Sometimes you got to think about, where's this person coming from? What's their angle? Where? Follow the money. What's their reputation? What are they about? Uh-oh. I'm getting corrected by this guy a lot lately, and he's right. I was saying Toussaint the other day. Of course, it's Toussaint. Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. Yeah, I say like 2 syllables. He's saying it's 3. Louis Vuitton. I think this guy's right. I'm not going to say he's wrong. He's probably right on the money. He says only you and Johnny Cochran say Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. Oh, boy. Maybe I'll go with Ferragamo. I can't mess that one up. Or, I don't know, I could probably mess up Bruno Mali. It's Mali. Oh, boy. Yep, that guy's right. He's right on Tucson. He's right on Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. I think this is the guy that, and I agree with him again, got me straight. I think I said my bad a couple of times. He literally tapped me on the shoulder, and as I turned, an aluminum baseball bat hit me in the side of the head. No more my bad. Yeah, I can't stand my bad. I hate, hey, we'll agree to disagree. I think I'm allowed to punch a molar out of your mouth if you say that. And then what's the worst one? Yeah. Anytime someone says just saying at the end of their comment, just saying, it's either an insult to you, they are insulting you, or they are saying something that is just simply factually incorrect. It's one of two things when the sentence ends in just saying. You're getting insulted or it's factually correct. My bad. Vuitton. No Vuitton. Vuitton. Ferragamo. It's easier. Alan Toussaint. It is a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Corey Johnson with you. A deputy constable and the property manager shot today while trying to evict someone. Police have the shooter kind of cornered right now. SWAT, local police, FBI, helicopter. Kristen Morales, the sheriff's number 2. Just can't get out of her own way. We'll fill you in on that. The state AG, Jeff Landry, running for governor. Time to move. Best quality, best price, best selection. There are over 60 Rouse's Markets. There are over 20 in Metro New Orleans. There's a Rouse's Market near you. Rouse's Markets. Tastes like home. So good. Rouse's Markets.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see. What about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, fuller part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region. with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockhandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson with you. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Thanks for joining us on the radio, on television, on YouTube. Lots of ways to check out the program each and every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. 2 big hours. Hey, I've got 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse Day Spa for you. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. 766-9480. The Pontalba building, which one is city-owned? Pontalba apartment building, which one is city-owned? Where the mayor is abusing, the use. It's a entity, a building you're supposed to use, an apartment you can use, not live in. Major difference. It's for official city business, not personal use. It's simple. It's obvious. There's no gray area here. Which Pontalba building is city-owned? And what entity owns the other one? Which entity owns the other Pontalba building? Give me the answer to either one of those. And I've got 50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse Day Spa. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. 766-9480. We're talking pre-Katrina. The Saints were floating the idea of a new NFL stadium, leaving the dome and building a new stadium. I asked for 2 of the 3 sites. I got them. Iberville Housing Project, the former Iberville Housing Project, and on the riverfront by the Convention Center. The third proposed site by the Saints was the Mississippi Gulf Coast by Stennis. If you remember post-Katrina, Mississippi was floating the idea of turning Stennis into an international airport for, regular customers, commercial flights. That never materialized. A Saint Stadium never materialized. But there was one more sports entity in New Orleans that Southern Mississippi, just days after Katrina, was trying to lure over. We'll take it. We'll build it brand new. We'll make it right. You won't miss a beat. What was that other entity besides the Saints post-Katrina that Southern Mississippi was trying to lure over? Saints were pre-Katrina. This was post-Katrina. Another local sports entity. Give me the answer to that. 50 big bucks. B's yours. Let's hit the Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. Corey Johnson with you. You're on the neutral ground every weekday afternoon starting at 4. Spread the word. Tell folks about the show. Jill joins us in New Orleans. What's happening, Jill? Jill, are you there? Jill. Jill going once. Jill going twice. 3 times a lady, and I love you. All right, Jill is...
you wrong.
Jill is out of there. Yeah, I guess that's politically incorrect, Jason. Like when it's a dude, I can go, Frank going once, Frank going twice, 3 times a lady, and I love you. And then it's funny because Frank's a guy. But if it's a girl and you say 3 times a lady, dude, you hitting on Jill? You remember that one female local person that, man, I'd really like to have a baby. And I foolishly replied on Twitter, I can help you out on that. And it was just like, you perverted, sick individual. Exactly. I was like, God, I forgot. Twitter's just, I can help you out on that. Please, what's your phone number? Where do you live? It turned into that. Exactly. I'm drooling. Where's the lobster bib? No, instead it's like, I can help you out on that. Ha ha ha, joke. How do you have a baby? I'll help you on that part. Funny? No, not at all. I've yet to see that female in person. That's going to be the first thing I say. Geez, you remember that 2 years ago? I felt so bad. Hope you don't think I'm some freak. Yeah, I'll end up going on a date, exactly. And then I'm like, I'll do that. Oh, boy. Yeah, there needs to be like a sarcasm or inflection emoji or something for Twitter. Something. Maybe you can do the little like, accent mark, like in Spanish, make it over the whole sentence, the whole wavy thing, just not over one letter, the whole sentence. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Yeah, you, right? Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480, 766-9480. A little warmer today, a little more humidity, but still nice outside. Get out and enjoy it. A deputy constable and a property manager shot while trying to evict someone out of an apartment. I believe reports just in the last few minutes that the perpetrator, the suspect, the culprit has been apprehended. That's good news. But we know about the sheriff just being overwhelmed. All the talk about transparency and having an open sheriff's department and all of this, and just total chaos with the sheriff's department. In typical New Orleans fashion, we like to believe, we want to believe, we don't follow what's true. No one was listening to the warnings about Susan Hutson. Never has managed more than 8 people. Never has run a jail, the number one thing. Bringing inmates to court, the number 2 thing. None of these things anyone listened to. It was all about this woke progressive change and some fantasy that was conjured up. I mean, the DA's caught on. Boy, this woke change thing, I'm in the real job now. It doesn't work. It's fantasy. It's what folks want to believe, what they hope is true. Fantasyland. This is reality. A real city in North America, 2022, inner city crime problem. Can't play this woke progressive crap, thinking about the criminal first instead of the citizen. How can I help the criminal instead of the citizen? It's insane. It's insane. No, that's what this sheriff ran on. And the opposite's true. No transparency. None of it. The opposite. And just so in over her head and not going to get any help. Yesterday it was the sheriff's not doing her job, not bringing incarcerated defendants to trial. 12 judges from each section of court with concern wanted to sit down with Sheriff Hutson and have a meeting and let's figure this out. Hutson declined the meeting. Just not prepared to go to the meeting, doesn't know what to say, doesn't know what to do, and is afraid to admit that. That's the worst thing in the world. I think it was like week 2, like 30 years ago when I first got into talk radio. A couple of weeks in, one of my mentor type guys was like, dude, it's okay to say you don't know. Don't BS. Don't start babbling nonsense, letting everybody know the little, just say you don't know. And the great thing about talk radio, there's an expert out there that'll call in and probably fill you in on what's up, or you can get a guest. It's like, you're right. This sheriff is so scared to say, I don't know. And I mean, it's a litany. It's a list of flunkies that she has hired. The disbarred attorney as her communications director. He's disbarred. Leave him alone. Go get someone in the communications industry that is legitimate, that doesn't have all this baggage. Two sides to every story. Don't hire someone where you have to say that. Hire someone where you say they're the best at what they do. It's going to take communications at the sheriff's department to a new level. Then that communications director, the disbarred attorney's mother, who helped Hutson during the campaign, got a job for $155,000 a year doing no one knows, not even Hutson or the mother of the disbarred attorney. She doesn't even know what she does. No, it just keeps going and going and going. The juvenile justice center guy that LaToya Cantrell was going to fire had a termination letter written because he never showed up for work, absentee, collecting a check, not doing anything, resigns before he gets terminated. And yeah, Susan Hutson hires him. It's mind-blowing, mind-boggling. If you get fired for cause, if you're incompetent, if you don't do your job, if you're just some, moron out there, and you've got a ton of baggage, that's correct baggage, you're not a good employee. Susan Hutson will not only hire you, but she'll hire you for absurd pay, 2, 3, 4, 5 times the city average for a family of 4. And your job requires nothing. Kristen Morales is the sheriff's number 2. Again, like just about every significant hire the sheriff made, it's the island of misfit toys. It's the Charlie in a box. It's the train with the square wheels. I mean, it's the island of misfit toys. Kristen Morales, the sheriff's number 2, Mr. Spock to Captain Kirk. She was fired as an IG employee for theft. She appealed that firing to the Civil Service Commission, which rarely, if ever, goes against employees. You have to murder or rape someone, basically, for the Civil Service Commission to go against an employee. They agreed with the firing. They thought it was justified. Kristen Morales appeals that ruling to the Louisiana 4th Circuit Court of Appeals. They agree that the firing was justified. Agreed with the firing. Now, everyone agrees with the firing except Kristen Morales. And of course, Kristen Morales' either former or present roommate. You can't share an apartment. Hey, let's split rent. Let's split costs. Move in with me. And then you're hiring that person as your number 2? Slight conflict of interest. Don't you think? There's a slight conflict of interest that Sheriff Hutson's former roommate or present roommate, I don't know the story, but definitely lived together at one time, whatever. I don't know what for, splitting costs, whatever. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. What matters is they live together and she hires this person. No, it's just conflict of interest on top of conflict of interest and hiring incompetent people and people that have baggage and then the people that are with the sheriff's department for dozens and dozens and dozens of years that know the system, know how to do it. She lets them all go, fires them all. It's unbelievable. I remember when we went into Iraq and we just cleared out all of Saddam Hussein's people. Then we didn't know how to run stuff. We needed to keep some of those corrupt, crooked Ba'ath Party members, identify them, keep the spotlight on them, but they know how the infrastructure works. You can't just get rid of them. It's like dopey Bill Jefferson, that corrupt individual. What a corrupt, just garbage Bill Jefferson. So much talent, like Mark Morial, like Cleo Fields, like Edwin Edwards, like the Hilarios, like the Heitmeyer brothers. Is hit a crossroads, they take the wrong path. Problem is, do that for yourself, fine. But you're civic-minded. I mean, you're supposed to be civic-minded. You're a public official. No, just going down the wrong path, the wrong people all the time. No, from governor to mayor, it just wears you out after a while. No, we always go down this creepy, bad path. And look what we're doing right now statewide. It's official. Attorney General Jeff Landry is running for governor. He's running for governor. No, it's unbelievable. Jeff Landry running for governor. Kristen Morales, the sheriff's number 2. Just all this baggage, still gets a gig. I don't get it. I really don't. New Orleans and Louisiana, so overtly and just in our face, just so broken and corrupt and crooked. And we kind of continue just to tolerate it year in, year out, decade in, decade out. I don't get it. I really don't. It's crazy. We like cutting off our nose to spite our face. Weird, wacky stuff. Anyway, Kristen Morales, the sheriff's number 2, who has lived with the sheriff, or still does, keeps appealing her firing from the IG's office and keeps getting shot down. The firing is correct. It was justified. No, the theft wasn't even the worst part. It was the cover-up of the theft. And now the sheriff's IG, because of this, can't even testify in court. Can't even be used as a witness in court. That's a problem when you're the sheriff's number 2. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Yeah, you're right. Hey, besides the Saints and a potential stadium by Stennis, they were talking post-Katrina about Stennis becoming an international airport. Pre-Katrina, they were talking about building a Saints stadium right there, right over the Pearl River Bridge, right when you come into Mississippi by the Infinity Space Center, right by Stennis, that first exit, Saints football stadium right there in Mississippi. So they tried to get the Saints stadium. They tried to get Stennis to become a airport with commercial flights. There was a third thing they were going after, a second sports entity in New Orleans that Southern Mississippi, immediately following Katrina, was aggressively pursuing. And they ended up going 0 for 3. No on the Stennis Airport, no on the Saints Stadium, and no on this. But they tried. They were aggressive. They were proactive. What was that sports entity besides the Saints that Southern Mississippi tried to lure to that first Mississippi exit by Stennis, by NASA of Mississippi? Give me the answer to that. I got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. You know, I look at Hancock County as like Metro New Orleans, really. Exurbs of New Orleans up to like Diamond Head, Bay St. Louis, Waveland, past Christian. That's a lot of New Orleans commuters, a lot of folks that, basically are New Orleanians that live there now. You know, New Orleans is the city. Metairie, St. Bernard, places like that, Kenner, those, West Bank, those are the suburbs. The North Shore and Hancock County, Mississippi, the exurbs. No, I like Southern Mississippi, Southern Alabama. Part of this region, I'm all for it. But that doesn't mean I don't get upset when I drive by that exit and see that Infinity Space Center thing and I see that Saturn V rocket booster that used to sit in front of NASA on Old Gentilly and Michoud Boulevard, sit in front of the NASA facility in the east, probably didn't belong there. I think that idea Michael Hecht and I talk about, we call it the tombstone in New Orleans East, that big concrete slab that says New Orleans East. Right behind that should be an area cleared out, maybe 5-10 acres, hills and undulation with different, things on the hills, like a big billboard with a Blaine Kern, Mardi Gras World type mock-up of, the engines for the tanks that were built, the Chrysler engines for the tanks that helped win, helped during the Korean War, the Higgins boats that helped win World War II, the Saturn V rocket boosters that put man on the moon, the space shuttle external tanks, all these things that were, built New Orleans East. I mean, World War II, we kind of saved the world. Man on the moon, greatest man kind accomplishment, all out of New Orleans and New Orleans East. We should be promoting that by that tombstone when people drive by on the I-10. Look at Little Mississippi with that little Infinity Space Center. They steal our Saturn V rocket because we didn't care to let it. Y'all can take it. Wasn't even like a trade. We got this, they got that. Yeah, take it. It's okay. That should be right by the tombstone, that Saturn V rocket booster. Said it's in Mississippi. It's terrible. No, when I drive by that exit, I get mad when I see that booster. I do. Like, man, it's Louisiana's problem. We got so many things that show what we're about. Little small examples. Yesterday I was talking about the menhaden in the Gulf. No regulation, just overfishing, hurting the ecosystem of Louisiana, but we whore it out. We don't care. And you want to know for what? About 450, maybe 500 jobs in these two Menhaden plants owned by foreign entities, not entities out of Louisiana, out of the United States. Two foreign companies that basically come to Louisiana because of no regulation and could come in and we'll whore out the Menhaden industry to them. Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, up the East Coast, they don't allow it. We do because we don't care. We screw ourselves for 450, 500 jobs. It's a joke. We're pathetic in Louisiana and New Orleans. Pathetic. No, that's an example. The external, the Saturn V rocket booster in Mississippi. Little examples of how we don't care. It's just, like I always say, Mardi Gras, hunting and fishing season, 3 for 1 at the bar. If those things are a go, all is okay. Good economy, a future for our kids, educating our kids, infrastructure, things of that nature. That doesn't matter. Saturday night, Tiger Stadium, LSU winning football. Woohoo! LSU educating kids. It doesn't matter. My kid went to LSU. He's doing just fine. Such second-rate sort of loser mentality. Corey Johnson with you on a Wednesday, telling it like it is. You can't handle the truth? Too bad. Hey, every day the program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. Lamarck Ford, Lamarck Lincoln, Ronnie Lamarck from Araby Park in Kennebrah, right on the car corner, Williams Boulevard and I-10 in Kenner, right on the corner, right on the price. The Lamarck Automotive Complex. And Ronnie, just getting started, legendary Crescent City Ford is now Lamarck Crescent City Ford. That's right, 2 Ford dealerships. The big store, Lamarck Ford at the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kenner, and now Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood, Harahan, Jefferson Highway. Every day this program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex, and now Lamarck Crescent City Ford.
Come on down to New Orleans' own Bourbon Street, the toilet of the Crescent City. Literally. Need to urinate? Pee right on one of the historic buildings. Need to vomit? It's okay. Throw up right in the street. Bourbon Street. Prostitution, drugs, strip joints, daiquiri shops, and trinket stores. The toilet of the Crescent City. Come on down. It's Bourbon Street. When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about the freshest local seafood anywhere. Shrimp, oysters, speckled trout, flounder, snapper, soft shells, crawfish. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
At Home Paint and Decorating, our paints are in it for the long haul. In fact, our top Benchmore exterior paints come with a lifetime warranty. Not 25 years, not 50 years, we mean forever. You heard right. At Helm Paint, our top exterior paints have a lifetime warranty against chipping, peeling, and flaking. They also are mildew resistant. Imagine painting your home one time and being done with it. Visit any one of our locations today and make that once-in-a-lifetime purchase. Paint that has a lifetime warranty. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anyway. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
For home surveillance, it's Tommy's Lock and Alarms. With high-definition night vision surveillance systems, letting you see what's going on. Home surveillance that's smart, safe, secure. Tommy's Lock and Alarms. Google them.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
If you love Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City, you're going to love Bienvenue in Harahan. The same folks bringing a little of that New Orleans flavor to Hickory Avenue. If you love Katie's, come to Bienvenue on Hickory Avenue in Harahan.
I talk the talk and I walk the walk. You might see me on a Sunday with my mom and brother, maybe even my sister at Lebanon's Cafe enjoying lunch. Probably 2-3 Sundays a month. And I get to-go orders a lot, like today. Picked up some chicken shawarma. I get it a little extra crispy. I like a little burn on the outside, a little flavor. Like Frank Brightson on Fridays joining us, what he says. Brown means flavor. I love the tabbouleh, that fried football kibbe, so authentic, just like my grandmother used to make my satoo, Arabic for grandmother. Yeah, I picked up a to-go order at Lebanon's Cafe, not so I could talk about it on the radio because I love it. I was hungry for lunch. And it's so authentic. It's priced right, big portions. I got some left over, some chicken shawarma, pita bread, right in my refrigerator. Lebanon's Cafe, the most consistent, finest Middle Eastern food in Metro New Orleans. Check them out right by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe. You won't be disappointed. Now, I am there at least once a week. I probably average about 2 times a week. I probably get a to-go order at least once a week, sometimes a to-go order twice a week, and I'm there on Sunday. I bet you I'm there 8 times a month, literally. I love Lebanon's Cafe. To-go orders. And with this weather, the awning, the fans, under the oak trees on the streetcar line, outdoor dining. Enjoy outdoor dining at Lebanon's tonight. No, the weather's outstanding. A little warmer, a little more humidity, but still ridiculously nice. And it's supposed to stay that way for a few more days, too. You got to like that. A deputy constable was out doing his job, evicting somebody who was 10 months late on rent. 53-year-old Warren Smith, a former NOPD officer, and a property manager who was 36, both shot while trying to perform this eviction. The constable was shot in the shoulder. The property manager shot in the chest. Both are in stable condition, doing fine, thank goodness. And I believe just a few minutes ago, it's being reported locally that the suspect was just apprehended after a few hour-long manhunt. So that's good news, off the street. Kristen Morales, the sheriff's number 2, who was fired as an IG employee for theft. Worse than the theft was the cover-up. Appealed that firing to the Civil Service Commission in New Orleans. Very hard for them to go against the employee. I mean, you almost have to rape or murder somebody. They ruled against Morales, agreed with the firing, thought it was justified. She appealed that ruling to the Louisiana 4th Circuit Court of Appeals. They agreed that it was a justified firing. They agreed with the firing. Kristen Morales is the sheriff's number 2 with no sheriffing experience. Doesn't know how to run a jail. Yesterday, we told you about the sheriff really worsening the crime situation in New Orleans. It's amazing. How can the sheriff worsen the crime situation in New Orleans? Not bringing inmates to trial in a timely fashion. And that's exactly what's happening. Susan Hutson is literally learning on the job. Who knows how long that's going to take? A few months, a few years. I'm sure there are going to be some applications that'll rear their ugly head we haven't seen yet next month, next year, and she'll figure it out over time and maybe figure it out over time, maybe do the right thing over time. New Orleans, with our jail problem, our violent crime problem, sheriff problem, don't have time to bring someone in that's learning on the job. Got to have someone that's ready to go, hit the road running. It's mind-boggling. We get exactly what we deserve in New Orleans and Louisiana. For most folks, I mean, 99% of the time, life is totally fair. Exactly what you put into something is exactly what you get out. There's way too many applications in my time on this planet where I believe that and live by that. Effort you put in is exactly what you get out. There are very, very, very rare exceptions. Now, people might think of failure or think they got screwed or whatever. Maybe they're looking in the wrong spot. Maybe they didn't put an honest effort. Maybe their plan was, woefully flawed. But I think life is pretty fair. In New Orleans and Louisiana, we get what we deserve because we elect these kind of characters. This sheriff, this mayor, we get what we deserve. Today, Attorney General Jeff Landry says he's running for governor. We get what we deserve. Only in Louisiana could a character, a joker like this, say he's running for governor and has a chance as a pseudo-viable candidate. We'll see how the Republicans handle it. It's not a good chance because the Republicans are just like the Democrats in Louisiana. Don't handle things too well at all. Don't handle things too well at all. Hey, every day we broadcast live from the Buddy Diliberto River City's Total Maintenance Studios. River City's Total Maintenance. 3 things you need to know or be concerned with when you're considering an air conditioning or heating company. You want honest folks. You want air conditioning experts, and you want folks that come immediately. Those 3 things. Honest folks, incapable of ripping you off. Only going to do the service, repair, replacement that is absolutely necessary. Air conditioning experts, folks that aren't guessing on the repair. They're diagnosing it correctly. They're fixing it right away. And then they come immediately. Your air conditioning or heat isn't working right. They know you're inconvenienced. They know you're probably stressed out. They come immediately. Honest air conditioning experts that come immediately. Remember River City's Total Maintenance. Or at the very least, remember their easy-to-remember website. It's really all you need to know. NOLAAC.com. NOLAAC.com. Every day, we broadcast live on radio, television, YouTube from the Buddy Diliberto River City's Total Maintenance Studios.
For home surveillance, it's Tommy's Lock and Alarm. With smart home technology, control lights, locks, cameras, thermostat, and your alarm, all from your phone or laptop. Smart, safe, secure. Tommy's Lock and Alarms. Google them.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris
The
Road.
lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
At Helm Paint, we go the extra mile with free delivery anywhere in the metro area. In the middle of a job and short on paint? Call us and we'll come to you.
Short on time? Call in your order and pick it up in the drive-thru at our Earhart Boulevard location.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. Check out your favorite national news outlet tonight, those political news outlets: Fox, MSNBC, CNN, News Nation, One American News, Newsmax, whatever. It's funny. When there's a disaster, I mean, it's like post-Katrina New Orleans. I remember that September, October, November, really 4, 5, 6 months after the storm. No one cared about black or white or Republican or Democrat. There were no political ideologies or fiefdoms. It was about moving the city forward. Then slowly but surely, money started trickling in, and it kind of went back to the old way. Right now, it's fresh after Ian. And Ron DeSantis and Joe Biden, I mean, every comment's like, we may have political ideology differences, but, and then they praise each other. Because right now, Ron DeSantis needs Joe Biden. And right now, Joe Biden kind of needs Ron DeSantis. And they are both like, first off, DeSantis could be running against Joe Biden in a few years for president. So it's just funny, like each one wants to embrace each other, yet there's sort of this, they're doing it and there's a little apprehension to it. You got to just watch it. You'll see the cues. You'll see it. But the sad part is the extreme right, they don't want DeSantis saying anything positive about Biden. The extreme left, they don't want Biden saying anything positive about DeSantis. And what's funny, moderate Republicans, moderate Democrats, independents, moderate libertarians want both of them to praise each other, get along, work together, move Florida together, and be on the exact same page, show unity during this crisis. Just an interesting scenario. What's that, Blue Boy? Thank everyone for watching and listening. Thank Jason for running the controls. 93.9 FM New Orleans. What else, buddy? Tell folks to come tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Thanks, Blue Boy. You're right.